me tell you, I would do like 3 squats and stand up, and then I would get like a really painful contraction. I was like, yes, let's go, I'm ready. Hey everyone, excuse my voice, I'm kind of like sick still a little bit, unfortunately. This video is like a story time. It's my 2-hour labor and delivery story time. I don't even know where to start. It was such an emotional day. Oh my goodness, okay. But all started at like 6 in the morning on January 26th, right? So I wake up and like something doesn't feel right. I didn't even have the chance to do a video of like putting myself into labor type thing, you know, doing the witches, not the witches brew, what am I talking about? The midwives brew or whatever it's called. I wake up at 6 in the morning and go to the bathroom, and like as soon as I sit down, something kind of trickled out, and I was like, oh. They told me like your water breaking isn't exactly like it doesn't have to be like a huge gush of water or anything like that. Sometimes it's like one part can have like a leak, and the amniotic fluid can start like leaking out a little bit, and that's how you also can tell that, you know, labor is beginning. Right after that happened in the bathroom, I started having like what I thought was Braxton Hicks, but it was actually my contractions began. Opened up the contraction timer and I started doing it. I realized the contractions were actually painful, and how you know it's an actual real contraction, like labor type of contraction, is that you feel it going down your spine, like the pain, you feel it in your back. I started feeling that spinal pain and all that, and I was like, oh snap. I got super excited. With Sophia, I started getting contractions like in the afternoon, like before dinner time, because I remember we went to get Popeyes with our friends, and we ended up going into the hospital at 3 a.m. because it was super painful. I was 5 centimeters dilated, and then I had Sophia at 4:36 p.m. like that same day, but like in the daytime. So just a little information there. That's what happened my first time. Labor was like forever, you know, 3 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. That's a long time just laying there, and I had that epidural, right? Okay, I started having contractions at 6:30, and throughout the day, for the most part, I tracked every contraction. Took a shower because earlier I had looked up like how to progress labor quicker, and it said basically like, I mean, this is like common knowledge that oxytocin is what progresses labor faster. If you're stressed out, like all the cortisol, all of that is going to slow down your labor. So we were not trying to have that. It said something about doing squats, like doing squats progresses labor. Let me tell you, I would do like 3 squats and stand up, and then I would get like a really painful contraction. I was like, yes, let's go, I'm ready. Then I played some Fortnite because I was like, I don't know the next time I'm gonna get to play Fortnite and just relax and drink my coffee. 5 p.m. hits, and they really are starting to get crazy. I had turned on the TV because the Grammys, when they're on the red carpet, turned on, and I was just watching that, trying to relax. But that's when the contractions got really bad, to the point that I was like holding the table, just standing there like, oh my god. I'm watching the red carpet and the contractions are getting really bad, and then my mom was freaking out. She was like, what are you doing? Like, go to the hospital, call the hospital, blah blah blah. I'm like, Mom, calm down. It's not that painful that I can't like talk, you know, it's almost there. But like, yeah, people were freaking out. I'm like, guys, calm down. Chris's family was calling my mom because I wasn't answering like fast enough, and they were like, oh my god, is Melania here? I told Chris because he had went to the gym or something, and I told him like, yeah, like I don't know, like probably in 4 hours we'll go to the hospital, so just take your time. No, that didn't happen. So okay, it's like dinner time, and I know as soon as I get to the hospital and they admit me, you can't eat, your girl can't eat, because you could only have like ice and whatever stuff like that. It's just safer for you not to be eating. So when you give birth, and let's just say God forbid there's complications, there's not a bunch of food in your stomach, you know, blocking what they have to see or do or whatever. I called the hospital at like 7 p.m. I would say, because that's when Chris was talking to me, saying like, we were talking about like, okay, what do we need to get? Are you gonna shower? Whatever. And I just couldn't do it at that point. It hurt so bad that I was scared if I have to deliver the baby at home type of thing, because it was getting really bad. And the videos I've seen on YouTube of other YouTubers with their second baby, they were saying like that some of them gave birth inside the house, like on the staircase. Thankfully Chris is a firefighter, so he knows how to deliver a baby. He's delivered babies before, so I wasn't like freaking out completely, but I was still like, I'm not trying to have you deliver the baby. Like, I don't need you to see all of that, which he ended up saying anyway. But anyway, so I'm scared. Labor and delivery.
Delivery room, Erin, can I help you?
I have really strong contractions like every 2-3 minutes.
Alright, Marta, just stay by the phone. I'm gonna call Camille and she'll call you right back.
Okay, thank you so much. Oh God. Alright, Zaddy. Are you ready for this? Hello?
You know, probably going to feed you much once you are admitted to the hospital. So just get everything in order, and then why don't you come in? It's all about evaluate you, figure out if your water's broken and how dilated you are and everything like that. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit.
Okay, thank you. Bye. I hate how calm they are. I went and said bye to Sophia. Took some cute little pictures for her. I'll pop one up because like I feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Let me get it together. Okay? That's such an emotional thing that, you know, your only child isn't gonna be the only child anymore. I gave her a big hug. We're not gonna cry right now. We got everything ready, like in the video, like you guys are gonna see. There's like so much luggage, and it was a lot. Good luck. I didn't think we'd be taking this much stuff, to be honest.
We shouldn't, but you know, this is a thing for.
For no reason. We need these things. Dang, next time we come, well, next time I come here, she's gonna be here. My baby, Melania. Damn, you did it. Good job. And I told Chris, I'm like, you would think that doing this once already you would know what not to bring to the hospital, but like your girl was like overpacked. Like I just wanted to be prepared. So we get everything ready and we're going to the hospital, but we make a stop at Dunkin' Donuts because like I said, you can't eat anything once you get there. I was like, you know what, all I really want is like a really good smoothie, like strawberry banana or pineapple mango, whatever. So I'm like, we should just go to McDonald's like real quick. He was like, oh well, Dunkin' Donuts has smoothies, why don't we just stop there, because it's like right on the way to the hospital. I was like really in freaking pain. Oh, what's going on here? We got to Dunkin' Donuts and there was like, I was like, where's the smoothies? And he was like, oh, I think the culotta, I think that's the smoothie. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess, like, I don't know, maybe that's what they call a smoothie at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, toasters, please.
Anything else?
Can I get a chocolate frosted donut?
A chocolate frosted?
Chocolate?
Chocolate?
Yeah.
Anything else?
So we're walking in labor delivery, they check me in, I put on the gown, blah blah blah, and then they find out that I have the flu type B. So now everybody has to put masks, everyone has to put on these like covers on their body. Everyone's covered up and I have to wear a mask, and I'm like, bro, I can't breathe through the contractions because I have this mask over my face. Like, I'm definitely getting the epidural now. Like, I can't even breathe. We were like inside the hospital, checked in at like 7:40 or 7:45 or something like that, right? And I swear it took like 20 minutes for them to come back in and actually check my dilation and stuff like that. And they were chilling. Like, it's weird because you say you're in like a lot of pain. No one really believes you usually. They're like, nah, like you're overreacting, whatever. They checked me and I was like 6-7 centimeters dilated, and I was like, exactly, I told you guys, stop playing. They asked if I want the epidural and I said yeah, because I couldn't breathe. So like it was a definite. We're like, all right, let's do all the blood tests, all that, and then once they come back, they're gonna call the anesthesiologist. And I was like, oh, okay, so how long is that gonna take? And this was like when I was like on my rest couple minutes without the contraction, so I was like hanging out for a second, and they were like, oh, you know, like 30-40 minutes. And I was like, oh, okay, that's not bad. And then I got a contraction right after I said that, and I'm just like gripping the freaking bed, and I'm like, okay, never mind. Like, that's a long ass time. And she's like, all right, we're gonna try to like, you know, do it as fast as we can, get the results back quick. And I was like, please, because I'm gonna die. I'm like, I don't know how people do this natural, because I feel like if I do this natural, I'm gonna pass out, because just so you guys know, I'm not great with pain. I have a low pain tolerance. I think it's just the fear of experiencing such great pain makes me pass out. So yeah, I don't do well with that, and I'm not trying to die, you know. And the lady was like, well, you know, honey, that's how people do it, just one contraction at a time, like you are. And I'm like, girl, I can't breathe through the mask. Like, let's do this, let's hurry up. And then I asked, like, oh wait, can I turn on the TV, because I don't want to focus on the pain. The girl wants to watch the Grammys. So they were like, oh, of course. So I turned on the TV, put up that volume, you know, the Grammys are starting or whatever going on already at that point. We're there hanging out, right? And then all of a sudden, I get really, really freaking nauseous. I get so nauseous. And during that time that I was laying there in the bed, you know, having contractions, I was like throwing up in my mouth, the freaking culotta. I got just so extremely nauseous. I turned my face, just projectile vomit, like way across the room into the wall. And I was like, call somebody, because I was freaking out. I'm like, okay, like I'm not feeling right. Then the anesthesiologist comes in, and I'm like, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. I need to relax. I need to get this epidural in my bag, because I'm gonna die if I don't. If you start commenting about natural birth and like how it's messed up that I did the epidural and that I'm gonna have back problems, like, you guys need to do your research and look at real scientific studies. Oh girl, you okay, baby? Mama? Whoa, oh my goodness, you okay, princess? Oh my princess. The anesthesiologist was preparing all of the things, you know, to do my epidural, and I was told to sit up on the edge of the bed and like, you know, hunch my back over, so then you could see the spine very well and he could get it in the right place, mark it, whatever, all that. But it really doesn't hurt, for anyone that's wondering. Just like a little pinch, like a regular shot. I'm just shaking. I'm freaking shaking every time I get the contraction, because I don't know what it was, but my body was just frozen. I was like so cold for some reason. I don't know if it's the pain was so bad that my body was just reacting that way, but thankfully, like when I didn't have the contraction, I could definitely sit very still, and I know how important it is to sit still during the injection. I finally get the epidural, and they tell me to lay down straight, because if I were to sit up after the epidural, like it would just be in my toes basically, and my feet would go numb. So you have to lay down so that it disperses or whatever, and like the right areas go numb, like from here down. So the spinal thing, the epidural is here, and like they tape it down your back, and you know, you lay down on it. The epidural medicine is like dripping through the bag and it like continuously goes through your back. All of a sudden, like literally the dude walks out the room, like whatever, thank you very much, God bless. And then my freaking water breaks. The epidural I had at Tripler in Hawaii, the Army Medical Center, it's a military hospital. When they give me the epidural, I went numb. Like I did not feel anything. I didn't feel anyone touching me. I didn't feel nothing. This time around, like they asked me after a couple minutes, how bad is the contraction? And it went down from an 8 that I was feeling without any medicine down to like, I said a 1, but like I wasn't having a contraction at the time and I thought I was, but I wasn't. So I didn't feel any pain, right? But then like, oh, they were like, oh, 1, like, you know, like that's great. It's at a great level of pain management, whatever. But then a contraction happened as soon as my water broke right after. And oh my God, I started panicking. Oh my God, I started panicking because it hurt so bad. I was like, why do I feel it? Like, why do I feel so much pain? Like, is the epidural working? My breathing started getting really, really bad. Like, I was like hyperventilating. I was freaking out. And then contractions started again after that. And it hurt so bad. And I felt like I had to like push that feeling of like going to the bathroom. So I was telling Chris, I'm like, oh my God, I feel like it's happening. Oh my God, I'm about to cry because it was so scary. You carry your baby for 9 months or so, right? Plus minus. So of course you want to be in the safest possible situation when you're giving birth. You want to feel like you can do it, you know what I mean? Midwife comes in because I guess they called her since like I'm like about to give birth. And she checked me and she's like, all right, you're fully dilated. And she was like, do you feel like you have to use the bathroom? And I'm like, yes. I'm like, I've been feeling it. And like, you know, I know that means it's time to give birth. She's like, all right, Marta, it's time to give birth. And I'm like, what? When she said that, like, I'm not even BSing you guys. Like, I literally was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I was freaking out. It's hilarious now, but like in the moment, I was dead ass like, your girl was losing it. They noticed the baby's heartbeat was dropping and I didn't know how much it was dropping. I was just in a panic. I was hyperventilating. And she was like, all right, Marta, you have to turn to the side. So let's see if the baby's heart rate goes up because it's lowering. So I turned to my side. Nothing freaking happens because I'm freaking hyperventilating and not enough oxygen is getting to the baby. So then she's like, all right, let's try the other side. And like nothing was working. And Chris told me that it went from 160 beats per minute, which is regular, to 100. They put the oxygen mask on my mouth and they were like, okay, deep breaths, deep breaths. Oh my God, it was such a like adrenaline rush, this whole experience. They said the next contraction we're gonna start pushing. And I was like, girl. I just was looking at, oh my God, I'm getting emotional again. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Take a deep breath and like try to be able to talk about this. I'm just holding his hand and we just look at each other. Can I write this better on text or something? Because I can't talk about this. Like, that's too much. We're looking at each other and we have the freaking masks on, so I can't really see his expression that well. He just kept saying like, you can do it, babe, you can do it. I was like, no, I can't do it. I was really, really scared. I pushed during the first contraction. I wasn't really pushing the right way because like, yeah, I guess I forgot how to do it or whatever. It's been 4 years, like, you know. So the second one, like her head was like out or something like that because they were like, she got a lot of hair like her dad or whatever. She got her dad's hair. Another contraction starts coming on. They're like, all right, Marta, she's coming out. One more. They put her on top of me and oh my God, she was born at 10:10 p.m. January 26th. And the funniest part is, I was just telling Chris's family the other day that while I was doing like my last pushes, Ariana Grande was performing. And I think it was like the 7 Ring song or something. And I freaking love that song. He's so beautiful. Hi, beauty. Oh no. This is so funny. Great service at the hospital, as in the food. Ooh, the food was amazing. You get a 15-minute massage. Both you and like your husband, boyfriend, whatever, you get like a gourmet dinner with filet mignon, and they give you like sparkling cider or something. I love these videos, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this real emotional video. I guess I'll show you guys my baby. Oh, my baby. Oh, my baby. She's like a little bee. Look how tiny she is, guys. Look, she's like a little beanie. She's so little. My little princess. You're on YouTube now, baby. Look, she has so much hair. It's so cute. I would really appreciate it if you guys subscribe to my channel and like this video if you liked it, or if you didn't like it, then you know, whatever, do you. And don't forget to click the bell so then you'll get a notification when I put out a new video. I'll see you guys next video.